I see Strawberry Creek as the lifeblood of this place. What happens when the water is flowing is that you get this abundance of wildlife, you get this abundance of flora. It's such a perfect metaphor for them graduating. You know, I just see them being taken down the stream into the world, and I will miss them sorely. And what I'll miss about them is their dedication to art making and their dedication, particularly Audrey, to life and living. For Ben, it's a more difficult path, but that also has a beautiful side to it, because in that difficulty he's found some real meaning, and art has been the vehicle for that.
Idlewild is a mountain resort community. It's like the oasis of Southern California, but it hasn't been influenced by stoplights and chain restaurants, so it has a very authentic feel to it, and very influenced by art and music.
Idlewild is a great little town. It's a very tight-knit little community, and the kids, they all know each other. They all know each other's parents. I've always said my kids were never concerned about what brand shoes they wore or any of those things that we grew up with, because what are you going to pretend for?
I love Idlewild. I mean, it's a very weird place. You know, I was kind of raised by this whole community of like dreadlocked, tie-dye wearing hippies and artists.
Ben is the one who said, "Mom, we were looking for houses, and what about Idlewild?" I said, "You find a place, you look, and we'll think about it." And he went, "Okay," and he went through the paper and he got these listings of houses, and I said, "Well, we have to come up and look now." He went through all the trouble, and we did, and we ended up buying a house, and it was because of him.
Since it's such a small town, you end up meeting and spending time with a lot of people just based like completely off of circumstance. And so I interacted with a lot of different people that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. And I feel like the town itself has given me a lot of perspective.
They wanted to make sure that art stayed in the curriculum, so our parents in our town volunteer every week to teach art in the classroom.
If we didn't move to Idlewild, I don't know that he would ever have gotten into art, because that's what sparked his art, the influence of the opportunity to even do it up here, where the public schools, they don't have art anymore.
Idlewild Arts is a world-class arts education for a high school kid, and right here in our tiny little town.
Idlewild Arts has given back to the community in so many ways by providing a space where all cultures and socioeconomic levels can come together and study the arts.
The teachers here I have such a close relationship with that I've learned more than just how to be a good artist. I've learned a lot about how to be a good person.
Receiving so much positive support and reinforcement from my teachers just really helps me be more confident in what I'm doing.
I had been my very first year here. He was brand new, he was a freshman. He was so quiet and so shy, and he was always in here working, and we really formed a close bond. And now he's just flourished as an artist. His artwork has matured so much, and he's a great example for the rest of the department. Seeing
them, as established, respectable people, but also kind, giving people, gives me a glimpse of who I want to be in the future as I'm still practicing my art.
I think.
You think?
I think given their backgrounds, and I don't think either family has a lot of money, that they were able to take full advantage of this program and dive into it in ways that maybe other students don't do.
Something I really notice about Ben and love about Ben is that he's so patient. He's like the most patient person and artist that I've ever met.
Ben's just so artistically mature. And it's not like he's cultivated that for any other reason than to explore himself.
He did a body of work that lasted for like 2 years.
He's worked so hard at the technical side of painting and drawing. He's made that his kind of life's purpose.
He plans for paintings so far in advance before he does them.
I know that he's going to be a painter all his life.
Seeing someone that's so just like outgoing and giving as her is just like really refreshing to me, and I really like being around that, like being someone who's personally more reserved. She's just become more self-aware and less, I guess I'd say, like reckless.
She would come to be like and say, oh, I'm done with this project, and everyone else was just getting started.
Definitely I have the tendency to just get an idea and then just throw myself like completely headfirst into it without thinking about the implications first.
I really asked her to slow down and take her time.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the importance of like really thinking about things before I do them.
It shows in the quality of her work.
She's just really considering like every step of the process even more and embracing it. I can really see her going very far because of that.
Art making is about truth if it's done with gusto. And that takes you into some very difficult places. And to be in the presence of those kids who are willing to go there and do it over 4 years is like this huge honor to me.
This is a Syrian refugee. That's how it came. It was jammed in the side storage at the studio.